Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. As you've seen at the top of every single email you receive from the Hindu network, the last 6 months, 12 months you've come along to our events. Goes without saying, the speaker we've got is of the highest caliber. Pujyashree Guruji announced at BT, he travelled 3 continents in 80 hours to get here with us. From, in fact, 4 countries, from Canada to New York to India, all the way here. He's travelled to all the states you can think of in America, in New York, California, South Carolina, North Carolina, Jersey, Chicago, Michigan, all over the place, giving discourses on spirituality. He's spoken in India. His talks fill up football cricket stadiums of hundreds and thousands of people. He's spoken in Eastern Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Europe on a cruise boat as well. He's been all around the world, and he's come to the UK, gave his first talk on Saturday. Every single one of his talks filled up halls, filled up rooms, and the amount of people that come to see him look up to him as a leader in Hinduism who unites different philosophies of different religions, be it Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Sikhism, Jainism, Buddhism, and other religions, even atheism, is unbelievable. He's combined Western and Eastern philosophies to provide a means of practical growth to enrich yourself in your life. And without further ado, I'm going to get Pandya Joshi, an amazing person who's just recently been appointed as a Bhagavad Geeta class teacher. We've had 86 Bhagavad Geeta classes. She has given the longest commentary on any verse, 1 hour 30 minutes. She spoke on one verse of the Bhagavad Geeta, and she also broke the record again for the longest commentary on 2 command verses, chapter 9 verses 4 and 5. So she's a record breaking, she's probably going to break the record today for the longest breath during the meditation. So I'll leave her to introduce Guruji.
Okay, good afternoon everybody. I'm just going to say a few words. I'm just going to say a few words on what the classes have meant to me. I've been coming for a year now. I joined at the last meditation session in August last year, and I think more than anything, I think with the classes, I'm grateful to Guruji and to Guru for providing a means for providing guidance. Really, it gives me guidance in my life. I found that I've drawn on many examples from the classes when even advising friends, just thinking about my actions, what I do in everyday life. I find myself constantly using the teachings, and I think without the classes, I don't think I would have a true understanding of what our holy book teaches us. And I think many people can misinterpret what it teaches us. So it's nice to have some guidance. So I would encourage everybody to attend or watch the YouTube videos. And it's all in English, so there's no excuse for nobody to really understand. And without further ado, I shall pass it to Guruji, and I hope everybody has a wonderful meditation session.
Before we begin, can I ask everyone to move as far forward as possible, because we're going to have the professionals who finish today, mainly bankers and lawyers, even from this firm, we're going to join us right that corner there. So basically this way and this way as much as possible. The chairs there's other people at the table who are unable to sit on the floor, so if it's a matter of convenience sitting in the chair, I would be really grateful to sit on the floor. Thank you. Last year we turned this seminar room into a meditation retreat for 3 evenings. This year we had an introductory session at BT yesterday, and we're going to have 2 sessions of guided meditation. It's important to attend both of them, which are separate and they build on the other. And I'm now going to introduce Pujyashree Guruji to get us started.
Vishwani Dev Savitardorita Parasuva Yadvadaram Tanna Asuva. Before we begin, I would request anyone of you has leather, belt, watch, shirt, purse, just keep them away. Any type of dead skin on your body should be avoided. Another thing which will help you decide the course of today's meditation especially is how many of you were present last year in October? Okay. And how many of you are doing meditation for the first time with me? Oh. Okay. Okay. Initially, that's a very good idea. Please switch off our cell phones. Meditation is basically aimed at attaining an equilibrium, an inner equilibrium, inner stability. Mobiles are a big enemy to that. Switch them off. I don't even give options to put it on vibrator or something. Just switch them off. And nice. Let us begin with a little bit of theory, because there are a lot of new people here. The best position for meditation is sitting with crossed legs, back straight. In the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Geeta, Lord Krishna describes this. Back straight, hair also straight, and actually back, neck and head should be in the straight line. If you can sit like this for about an hour or so, it is good. For some reason, if you can't, please don't struggle with your body, because these sessions of meditations are more of a spiritual nature than of the physical exercises that you may be attending under the label yoga. It is very important, no doubt about it, but here we are focusing more on the spiritual aspect. So at any point of time you feel uncomfortable sitting in this position, now unfortunately we have more people in the room than the actual required space. You are even welcome to lie down. So be comfortable. You can stretch your legs, obviously keeping in mind the others convenience also, but you can actually lie down. Point is, the less you are in contact with your body, the better it will be. We are going on a more subtle level than just the physical body. We have 7 chakras in our body. Mooladhar, literally meaning Moola Adhar, the basic support. Above it, it comes Swadhisthana, Swa Adhisthana, one's own abode. Then Mooladhar is basic chakra. Swadhisthana is solar plexus, little below the navel point. Then Manipur, the navel point. Manipur, Mani is a jewel, Pur is a city. So Manipur is a city of jewels. Above it is Anahat chakra. Anahat, unsullied. It is also popularly known as heart chakra. Anatomically, heart is in the left side of the lung, of the chest. But in the chakra meditation, all the 7 chakras are in straight line from the sex center to Brahmandra. This Mooladhar is sex center. Mooladhar, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, then Vishuddha chakra. Vishuddha literally meaning pure. It is throat chakra. Then above it is Agnya chakra, Agnya, command, the command center between the 2 eyebrows, where I have put this orange color tilak. That is called Agnya chakra. And then center of cranium is Brahmandra. It's called Sahasrara, literally meaning a lotus with 1,000 petals. And when I say 1,000, it is not 997, 998, 999, 10,000. No, it's many, many more than that. So Sahasrara, lotus with 1,000. These are the 7 chakras. Chakra literally means wheel, but they are energy centers in the body. Physical energy that we have as a limitation, but inner energy that one has is unimaginable. Even our physical energy is derived, maybe bodily or even mental energy, intellectual energy and spiritual energy is derived from these 7 energy centers. The whole process is called Kundalini Jagran. Kundalini is energy, and it is in the form of a serpent. That is how it is situated in body. The first two chakras need a very focused, a very long, and a very concentrated practice of meditation. So in such kind of introductory seminars, I begin with Manipur, the navel point. Have you remembered these 5 chakras? Manipur, the navel point, Anahat, the heart chakra, Vishuddha, pure in the throat, Agya, the crown center, and then Sahasrar, the lotus with 1,000 petals. So because when we actually start meditation, you will be closing your eyes, you will be just listening to my instructions and doing it. So it's important that you're familiar with these names. Obviously I will say navel point, heart, throat, along with the technical name too. Most important thing in meditation begins with breathing. Breathing has to be slow and deep. The deeper it is and the slower it is, better it is. If I tell you to begin with a deep breath, if I tell you, take a deep breath, what will you do? Then, what will you do?
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. Veda, Chandni? How will you begin? Just show me. See, when I say take deep breaths, you'll obviously do, and that is wrong. Taking a deep breath, the secret of breathing basically is not in inhaling, it is in exhaling. The more you exhale, the more you inhale. When I tell you to take a deep breath and you do this, that means the air which was present in the lungs already is there. So you are not actually breathing enough fresh air. Always begin your meditation with exhalation. I was telling this yesterday in BT also at a stress management seminar. Always exhale first. Throw the inner air, throw the stored air, because there is some amount of air which is always there in the lung and you never breathe out. It's always there. It's like your bag. It's half filled and you just use the other half, fill in, fill out, fill in, fill out, and that bottom part is there for years. You not even know how long it is there. This is what happens to our air, and hence we do not exploit total capacity of our lungs. Begin with exhalation, like observing first and then you will be doing it. You literally have to thrust your stomach to empty your lungs. Do it 4 to 5 times and then begin with a fresh breath. You will actually feel the difference of the fresh air. And when you are taking a deep breath, you have to feel the expansion of your lungs, expansion of your chest. Breathe as a greedy person collects wealth. You want to breathe as much as you can. You want to have as much as of fresh air in the lungs as much as you can. Holding the breath is a wonderful part of pranayama. Holding is called kumbhaka. But in this meditation seminar, I don't expect you to hold the breath. Let the breathing process be just inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation. But as slow as possible. And as effortlessly as possible. Because in holding you have to put in some effort. You have to attend to your body there. Inhalation and exhalation should be as effortlessly as possible. From this moment onwards, focus on your breathing. You may start your deep breathing while you are listening to my further instructions. have to set your rhythm. Let it happen as effortlessly as it could be. Collect as much air as you can, and then by breathing out, exhale as slowly and as effortlessly, slowly, like a miser spending money. Along with this breathing, I am going to chant Aumkar with different styles. I did share this Aumkar last year, but this year, because of so many new faces here and coming here for the first time, I don't expect you to chant Aumkar with me today. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. But today, just listen to the Aumkar chanted by me, listen to the instructions and follow them as faithfully and with as much dedication as you can. I wish you all a very good luck. Meditation is basically our introduction to our own self. We are entering our own self, our pure self, and it's going to be a wonderful experience, believe me. Close your eyes. And we will not open our eyes till I tell you to do so. I will be observing you in between. Please keep your eyes closed. Slow breathing, deep breathing. Observe your breathing. Feel the coolness of the fresh air that you are breathing in. And feel the warmth of the air that you are breathing out. With each breath, you are bringing new life in, fresh stock of oxygen, being provided to each and every cell of our body. Be with your breath and reach out to the innermost areas of your body. Feel the freshness at a cellular level. Feel the new energy, new life, entering each and every cell of your body with each fresh breath. And while you're breathing out, toxins, diseases, negativity is removed from each and every cell, and it is thrown out while you exhale. Feel the cleansing process of your body at a cellular level. Be with your breath. Enjoy your breathing and feel the rejuvenation. Experience a divine flame at Manipur, the noble point. Experience the light from this divine flame being radiated. This divine flame is the symbol of energy. And by experiencing this divine flame, get connected to the energy which is at Manipur, the chakra energy center at navel point. Manipur is the place where life begins. During our 9 months in our mother's womb, this is the point we received our food, nutrition, and when the umbilical cord was cut, we began our independent being. experience this divine light at Manipur. Focus on this light. Experience this divine flame progressing upwards and settling at Anahata Chakra, Anahat Ansulid at heart, between the chest, in the center of the chest, between the two lungs. Experience your entire heart region filled with this divine light. Dear God, may my emotions be pure. Give me the strength to love everyone around. experience this divine flame progressing towards Vishuddha chakra, pure energy center, throat chakra. Experience your throat region filled with this divine light. Dear God, please bless me with this spiritual power. My speech is pure, meaningful, convincing, and clear. May I utter the right words with the right person at the right time. May my speech and my words be valued. Experience this energy in the form of light in your entire throat region. Now this divine flame is progressing towards Agnya Chakra, between the two eyebrows, the command center. Experience your entire head region is filled with this divine light. Dear God, may my thinking be logical, rational, and clear. this flame settles in your Brahmarandhra, center of cranium, Sahasrar, lotus with 1,000 petals. Experience your entire head filled with this divine light. Dear God, may my decisions, judgment, convictions be pure and powerful. May they be elevating to me and everyone around me. Experience this divine light coming out of your body through your Brahmarandha, through your center of cranium and covering your entire body. Feel yourself very safe, very comfortable in the shell of divine light around you. So much peace, so much tranquility. You are covered by this divine light all around you. You are absolutely protected, absolutely safe, and hence totally at peace. enjoy this wonderful experience as long as you wish, and then slowly open your eyes. When you open your eyes, rub your palms, feel the warmth in your palms, and touch it to your eyes. Repeat this process thrice. Next important step in a meditation seminar is sharing the experience. As I informed you in the beginning, while meditating, we enter into our own self, into our subconscious. Some of our experiences may reflect our inner self, but sometimes even we are unaware of, and we cannot interpret the signals. It could be depicting our strength, it could be depicting our weakness. If we accentuate our strength, and if we address our weaknesses, we will definitely become a better person, a stronger individual, and hence it is important that we share. Anybody wants to say how they feel? How was it? Yes. Can we have a camera moving to her so that... is it Jane?
Jane, yes.
Yeah, Jane.
When you asked us to imagine a light, the first two chakras, it felt like it was a black smoke coming out rather than a light. It was as if it was paraffin fueling it.
Can you hear what she says? Is it recorded? Okay, fine, sorry.
That's what I have to say.
First two chakras.
Yeah.
Jane, you want to answer in front of everybody, or you want to be arrested when you're alone with me?
No, you can tell it.
Sure. Jane, you have suffered so much in your childhood, and at a very young age, you struggled a lot with your life. You have had so many emotional and social blows, and it is all pent up in you. There are very few people whom you can consider as your own and you can confide into, and even when you tried to do so, you did not have a good experience. Sometimes the people whom you consider as your own were actually out to exploit you, and at some point in life you decided that I just want to put a heavy lid on this and move on with life as if this has never happened in my life. So you are kind of ignoring, you are on denial of that phase of your life. Is it right?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Maybe. You are very reluctant to even talk about that period of your life. That you have experienced a blow, that is for sure.
Possibly. I have talked about that period of my life to people. But maybe there's something even I haven't acknowledged.
That's right. So, unless you deal with that part and you be clear about it, either you accept it totally or you get an answer to it, a crystal clear answer. You are somehow or other, it's like you are rejecting it. You are escaping from that part of your life.
Thank you.
It can be dealt with, it can be get over it. Anybody else? Yes.
I want you to breathe really, really slowly and stop for many minutes between the breaths.
You can do that?
Yes.
Good. You actually cannot stop breathing completely, but yes, it must have been a very slow breathing and you must have enjoyed it.
It felt very comfortable.
It felt very comfortable and it must have felt very light. You feel very light after this, right? Your name I forgot to be more yesterday.
Renata.
How many of you felt very light after this? Do you know how much time you sat for the meditation though?
Half an hour.
It was more than half an hour. How many of you actually realized that it was half an hour? It was just like, correct? And how many of you felt very light after that? Can you raise your hands? Oh, many of you. That is a wonderful experience. You are above the time and above the mass, matter. So that is what meditation does. Yes?
From Muladhara up to Anahat, I see constantly to go feathers at 90 degrees. There is came more long. Perhaps you are carrying this couple of feathers with you?
No, I'm not.
Because I try to connect with you to start.
I understand.
Okay? It's a good idea to connect with Guruji and after when we reached Anahat as heart chakra, it was like a 4-piece starter to light blackout. And at the point I was tempted to open my eyes, is the light, why is it going like that? And then
Can everyone hear her, what she says?
sorry, at heart chakra, I felt as if in my heart, that region was lighting suddenly, properly, fully, and then going completely black, as if there is a tube light with a 40 starter. And then we got out of that and went to Vishuddhi chakra. And
So only at Anahat you felt this 40 starter?
this is light, and then at here I felt proper light, like proper jewel. Here, I was expecting it here, but it was here. Then here I don't remember. It was like the gentleman said, that stop breathing. It's not stop breathing, but you don't need to breathe.
Correct. You were not you. You were not you at that time. Good.
I still see that, so that was very peaceful and quiet. And then Sahasrara chakra, my head was as if, I can't describe that, but when you have some threads properly balanced and sometimes it moves this way, sometimes it moves that way, like my head was, properly balanced by some other strings and that kind of.
Bharti, this simply means that your childhood, your young age, was spent in a very religious atmosphere, right? And you grew up later on, again in your youth, and not the old age, but 40 plus, 50 plus age. Around that age, there was an emotional setback. Someone you loved extremely was not with you anymore. And there is a constant feeling of missing your soulmate, a person who really understands you, a person who really is close to you. After that, you are trying to build such bridge with someone else, not necessarily on the same level or the same relationship, but someone who understands you, someone you can call as your own. But that search is not yet over. Right? And that is what it is. But on the spiritual aspect, you are a wonderful soul. When you accept someone as a spiritual authority, you have a tendency to trust, to have total faith in that person. And that is the force which keeps you going. It's your real strength.
And when we reach Sasra, maybe this raga is connected with Sasra, the body.
Oh, you are a singer?
When you say come out, I want to go with Kamalasa.
This is again a very good experience. How many of you, when I said that come out and you didn't want to come out? That's right. So that's a very good experience too. Anybody else? Yeah. One second, let him. Yeah.
The comfort, but here between my eyes was really painful because I feel the body pain.
Only the Agnyachar, only the Kama center or the entire thing?
Really intense, but at the same time painful.
Have you done the meditation for the first time or have you tried earlier too?
I read some books and I tried, but this is the first time.
You have tried by reading books?
Yeah.
That is a very dangerous process, let me tell you, my dear friends. Yeah, because meditation it has to be a guided one initially. You need a person, an experienced person who can handle you. As I said, during meditation processes we go into our own selves. It's like you are still in a home, you have not visited your attic. What do they call your attic? Or you have not attended your attic for years and suddenly you go into it without knowing that what is lying where. And you may hurt yourself sometimes. At that time, you need to have someone with you with a light in the hand, say, hey, look here, I'm there to take care of you. The light of knowledge, light of experience, light of wisdom. Can you imagine a child entering your attic when no one is home? So don't venture such things. That is the reason I never publish a book on meditation. In fact, it was Dhru's request and I allowed him because I love him too much. Otherwise, you will never find my meditation seminars online. I don't even publish CDs or DVDs of that. Because it's just someone looks at the video and will really do it right now. No. You can't do it. If Hannah wants to share her experience later on, just ask her what do I do. If she wants it, is her independence, it is her wish. If you can't do that, if you don't have someone to take care of you, please don't go to such areas. Come here for a minute now. Are you okay, Manu?
I'm good.
Good. Tell me your name.
Miguel.
Miguel. Closer. You are person. At the same time, you have very strong ideas. Once you decide on something, you don't really compromise. And you're an extremely logical person. You want reason, you want logic. You want to be convinced first before doing anything. And yeah, initially you may take people's opinion, but once decided, it has to be done. Then you don't listen to anybody. That's you, right? You need to be little more, I mean, it's wonderful, you are a true man, I mean, being a man, you operate from your head. But you need to be little more emotional too. At some points in life, you need to trust others. You need to let yourself go. Right? Yeah. Yes.
For some reason, due to work pressure, so
You don't tell me reasons. You tell me what happens.
it's been worrying for me for the last 1 month or so. So even today's session, of course I attended yesterday's session to read out of this strategy. In today's session, I was not able to focus much. Though I could for some time when you were saying about the light.
Actually what happens usually in my sessions, I open my eyes and observe what's happening with you. Today, even I myself was so involved. I did not open my eyes. I did not know. Sometimes I won't say that this person has experienced wonderfully, this has done so well. If you remember last year I was telling that I was actually calling people that you had a good experience, come and describe it. Today, I did not open my eyes. I did not feel like opening my eyes. And probably that is one of the reasons this session was very powerful. So, otherwise I would have told you, you are not there. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was not able to focus fully. Though sometimes I could listen to you, but I was not able to catch up when you said, move the light or some water to the top. I was not able to listen.
It's a matter of practice, really. You do it for the first time.
Yeah.
So, well, work pressures and other situations may be responsible, but sometimes it so happens that that is the reason person that's involved in the meditation.
Yeah.
Use it as a raw material. Instead of taking it away from it, use it as a motivator, as a booster to be involved in this. And that will help you in your work efficiency also. It's like if you're extremely tired, sometimes you feel that, oh, I want to relax, but if you are tired beyond a limit, even if you're in bed, you can't fall asleep. But sometimes your tiredness induces sleep, that you can go to sleep and sound sleep even while traveling in a bus or a metro. So you have to play with your situation, you have to understand your system and do it accordingly. Yes. You were there last year.
I was.
Of course I remember.
No, I actually felt the difference between last year was marked, and I think partly because I had been before, so I think I had a trust which was different. So I found myself disappearing.
Good.
Until we got to the head chakra, and I was surprised when I heard you say that's where we were. It was quite an out-of-body experience, and when I came back I thought, is that me snoring? I wasn't sure. I was unaware.
You are in it. You are.
I fell asleep. I never fell asleep. I suddenly recognised the snoring.
See, my eyes are closed, but I could hear something snoring. So it was you.
It was me. It wasn't like going to sleep. It was a very different experience.
Good. How many of you, I want to, Daniel and David, okay, fine. How many of you felt this out-of-body experience as good? You are not in your body as if you are somewhere else. You are not you. Probably you were not there at all. Yeah, so?
Yeah, and when just at the end, it was
You realize that you are
it
there.
was a similar experience like Emma said, was the white light cascading out.
That's right.
Exactly as Emma described the waterfall. It was quite remarkable when she said that.
Good.
So yeah, it was a very different experience, and I feel quite different to last year.
Great. It's a wonderful progress. Yeah. Yamaji.
Quite soon after I started.
I cannot hear.
Quite soon after I started, I felt that my body was swaying, and It felt as if something was very, very strong. I don't know if I'm swaying, but I'm not like conscious that I heard you. I could hear you, but you're not.
Sometimes people say that it was a sound coming from heaven somewhere, or somebody is addressing us from the cave.
Yeah, I did hear snoring, but again it was like it didn't bother me. It was like somewhere there, it wasn't it. And then suddenly, I was like lost. Not word lost, but it's like I'm not there. Very deep. I'm like deep. But okay, it wasn't disturbing.
You still like that experience of being not there?
It's not so much. It's like I wasn't aware of anything at all. And it was very. I thought I was very deep somewhere, but it's okay to be deep there. And then when I got to the head, that's when your voice started coming louder to me, that I could register your voice. Then I got here. And afterwards, it's like I didn't want to be into the room, and I had to close and open my eyes several times because I was capable of focusing. But also I felt this immense heat for quite a while afterwards here.
Heat at one particular chakra or the entire body?
No.
At the Marandra.
Yes.
How many of you felt heat during this meditative process? At the particular chakra or the entire body? At the particular chakra. A general instruction, because again, each individual may vary. In meditation, there are no blanket instructions. So, when Hema says that she had felt some burden on the heart, was the pain in the heart, or when Miguel says that he had pain in that, then you can't say, come here, do this, and it will be cured. No, it cannot be. The reason for Miguel's pain could be entirely different than Hema's, or anybody else's. Each individual is different. Even several individuals feeling the same experience at the same chakra, but still be having a different approach to that, or different reason for it. As I study you, because you shared that experience quite in detail, when you felt heat at the crown chakra, at the Sahasrara, it means that you had a good experience. You accept the life as it is. You're not struggling with your life anymore. And because you have a very good experience, you're a religious person to begin with. You must be spending at least an hour every day or more. Like an hour. So you're too much into your ritualistic, whatever is to be done, you do it properly. You don't miss it knowingly. And yes, that was the energy. Energy, when it is liberated during meditation process, mostly, like 7 out of 10 times, it is in a form of heat or light. And then there are other forms of energy, which I will not tell you now, because tomorrow you may be looking for it. And I don't want to get lost with it. Because meditation is a very natural, a very spontaneous process. It has to happen. You can't really look for it.
Question. Why did you only do the 5 chakras? You didn't do all the 7?
As I said in the beginning, you need a very committed, very experienced, and people who are there for a long time. And if you are eating just 3 days in a year, that is not enough to do all those sensitive chakras. I would have done, in fact I was planning to, when initially they told me that we want to go on an advanced level, and that is the reason I asked the question, how many people are new? So if we have so many new people, I cannot just do a go on an advanced level, otherwise I will be doing injustice to them. It's like a person who has not done 7th grade, you are putting them in the 12th grade. Somebody raise hands here. Yeah.
The second thing was after the throat chakra, I felt the heat, but also the light was a purple light, not a white light.
Let's discuss about the colors tomorrow. You might have experienced different colors of different chakras. We'll discuss about it tomorrow. Yeah.
In the first three chakras, I was really conscious of the breathing and what you were saying. And I think it was in the third chakra, but it felt really deep and it felt really like emotional. And I had a memory of something. And then afterwards, it was...
May I intervene there for a moment, please? Please don't break your throat, but it is quite possible and it is experienced that during meditation people do remember past things. Sometimes we have seen that people actually cry. Tears roll out of their eyes. I will tell you, it is a good experience. Don't stop yourself. How will others feel? How can I do so? No, don't stop yourself. This is a wonderful opportunity. Right? So, don't hold yourself. In fact, you will be feeling so much better after just getting yourself over of that thing. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, and it felt really tight and sort of hot. And then afterwards, it was... I didn't remember breathing.
Your question answers what you are feeling. You are holding on to some emotion, some experience, some memory, and you did not live it enough. There is something which you have not dealt. There is something which you have not brought to its logical conclusion. Right? Address it. Yes.
After the throat chakra, I felt like, and it was strange, I felt like there was somebody just looking at me constantly. And, it wasn't frightening, but it really felt like there was just somebody there.
After the throat chakra for Ajna chakra and Sahasrara, the entire period? You can come here. Give me your right hand. Is there some swelling here?
And still washed sting.
It won't pain you. If I press here, it won't pain you. Just tell me if it troubles you. In your young age or childhood, were you, either by your family members or your friends, were you shoot off with fear, do this or else the demon will come or ghost will come or something will come? I mean, was a scaring, the fear technique was used to make you do things? That's it. I'll show you certain precise things because you are there too. That will help you get over this. Shall we conclude today's session? Let's pray for a minute and then. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Everyone, what a wonderful 1.5 hours. You've experienced it yourself last year.
we had the last session on the Aumkar, chanting Aumkar, which is tomorrow, right? So tomorrow, 2 girls came last week to hear that mystical experience they had. And there are 2 people standing outside, one of them stays here, who express the audience experience how to do so we're going to go through that tomorrow at the same time. Before we conclude today's session, I want to call up another senior Bhagavad Gita class teacher. He's broken another record. He's given the most Bhagavad Gita classes out of any of the senior teachers. His sessions regularly had so many people in the room that people had to stand outside, sit on the floor and so on. Very charismatic, given his Aussie background, very charismatic speaker, and you saw him at Lord's during the Ashes with his looking very Australian with his Australian flag t-shirt. I want to put up my young to say a few words. He's another lawyer.
Jai Krishna. Jai Krishna, everyone. It was a fascinating insight into meditation, Guruji, and I think everyone enjoyed the stories that were shared after the experience. I think it was fantastic. I mean, in terms of in closing remarks, I mean, one of the reasons I did decided to learn more about my culture and understand the importance of scripture like the Bhagavad Gita was to understand the importance of knowledge. And one of the great things and the great mantra that I've always followed, and it was taught by the great Mahatma Gandhi, was that you live your life like you're going to die tomorrow, and you learn in terms of ensuring that you live forever. And that highlights the importance of knowledge, the importance of curiosity, the importance of exploring and conquering and obtaining the most knowledge you can. And the great thing about Bhagavad Gita, the great thing about meditation, is that it really does sharpen your mind, sharpen your ability to think, both physically and spiritually. And I think it makes you develop more as an individual, more as a group, and obviously develop in terms of humanity in general. So, learning the Bhagavad Gita, learning the skills to meditate, I think really does help us, individually and collectively. And that was one of the prime things about the Bhagavad Gita, understanding how people behave, why certain things happen, understanding, how people interact between one another, and the reason and rationale for that. And that again all comes back to learning and understanding, and of course above all conquering that knowledge and obtaining that eternal knowledge. So that is one of the great things about the Bhagavad Gita and the discourses that Dhruv and the various other teachers present through Guruji's great wealth of experience and his understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. So I urge you all to attend these classes. I think it's very useful. It gives great understanding. And also helps you understand yourself a lot better, which I think is above all the most important thing. So Guruji, thank you again for your scriptures, and Jai Krishna to you all.
We've got a glimpse of how excellent this speaker is, and if you want to find out further, we have our classes every Tuesday. I want to recognise 2 very, very special people, 2 very accomplished people, without which this marriage between the BT and CMS diversity networks would not have taken place, which culminated in today and yesterday in the 5th CMS and BT. First of all, very, very special lady who's our resident women's empowerment expert, whose speech at our Diwali event last year had hedge fund managers basically bowing down to her because how amazing she was. Emma, would you like to say a few words?
I'm not sure I'm in a state to say anything. What can I say? Well, it's been a great evening today, and we had a fantastic evening last night with Guruji on stress management. I think we all walked away with a toolbox of tools to use to help us manage our everyday stress. So thank you, Guruji, for that. That was really, really good, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And in terms of our relationship with CMS, I mean, CMS is one of our suppliers and BT suppliers, and we use them for their legal services. So when I first got an email from my ex-boss, who's not my boss anymore, and saying, "Hey, well, I think you might be interested in this, and this is a Bhagavad Gita class." I was thinking, what is Gareth sending me this for? And where did he get this from? And I thought, and I thought it was a one-off class, so I came along and didn't realise it was something that happens every week. And I thought, how wonderful, in a city law firm, of this calibre, to be doing something like this. It was just amazing, and it was even more amazing when I found out, all the different types of people that come to the class, from all walks of life, all age groups, all backgrounds, and it really offers something for everyone, I think. I'm a spiritual person, I'm a religious person, but I think even if you're not religious and if you're not spiritual, I think the teachings of Bhagavad Gita offer something for everybody, and really it just teaches you a way of life, how to live your life to the full, and how to get best out of your life, and it gives you the tools to do that in the same way that Guruji gave us tools last night how to manage stress. It teaches you how to manage relationships, how to deal with work, how to deal with your children, how to deal with marriage, all different relationships, how to be a good father, how to be a good mother, and really a book, just really God's words, I can say, and through Guruji's grace and Dhruv's love and energy and determination, he's there giving it to us every week, so I hope you can join us. Thank you.
When people start their training contract at CNS, there's always one person everybody has heard of, probably the most famous lawyer at this firm. His name is Chris Watson. He's the BT client relationship partner. He had a claim to fame. Am I allowed to reveal it? He always gets embarrassed, but he's the father of Emma Watson, the famous Hollywood actress, one of the high-paid actresses in Hollywood of Harry Potter. He speaks over half a dozen languages. He's won countless awards, an outstanding lawyer, the head of a worldwide TMT practice. He came along to our award ceremony, the European Diversity Awards, and introduced us to Dan Bitts, who's the head of legal at BT, who made these relationships possible. Without Chris, we would not have that client relationship with a multinational corporation to protect these Bhagavad Gita classes in 138 countries around the world. I'd like to call him up, Chris Watson, to say a few words.
Chris, yeah. Good evening, everybody. I wasn't expecting to say any words, and I actually brought a lot with me. What I would like to salute the curiosity and drive and openness of everybody in the room. It is so easy when you go to work to close up and to think, maybe I don't like this today, or maybe this isn't really what I want to do, or maybe these aren't people I want to do it with, and you can close your life down and lose so much of it, and maybe only recover it at the weekends or in the evenings. But if instead you are among people who are curious and open and want to share things and explore and move into finding more about themselves and the world in which they live and how to live their lives, then you recapture so much of your life and you can live it for yourself. And it's wonderful to be in a room full of people who have chosen to do that so that they live rich and full lives under guidance and tuition from someone who can help them find ways. And I just want to congratulate and salute and thank all of you and Hema, who I've been in contact with for many years for so many reasons, and say how wonderful it is that this is happening and how enriched I feel by all that you, Drew, everybody do, and to thank you all for that.
We have our special award ceremony called the 9 Jewels of Indian Culture, which we're going to have at 5. But I can't think of a bigger jewel to Indian culture, not just in the UK, but all around the world. The amount of lives is enriched, and it's our job, duties as Hindus or any culture in the world, to protect these people, to give them the platform for people to meet them and have them in their lives, to make it special. I like Hema and Chris. You're going to actually present this tomorrow as well, but I would like, just for the ceremony, Hema and Chris to present the special jewel for Pujyashree Guruji to take home. Would you like to say a few words? Have you got any? We're going to present that to you again tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much. Everyone, vegetarian, healthy food conducive to meditation is waiting for you outside. It says in chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita that a true yogi doesn't eat too much and doesn't eat too little. Bear that in mind, enjoy the food outside.